Tinubu, Uzodinma, and the rest of my enemies will pay for what they have done to me out and in detention. Nnamdi Kanu declares war. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on the time and where you're listening to this news from. This is breaking news. News in details. Nnamdi Kanu, the detained leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, has firmly stated that he will not plead for his release following a recent clearance by Justice Binta Onyako of the Federal High Court in Abuja. It stated that he would never beg for his release, but Tinubu, Uzodinma, and the rest that have made him a prisoner or that have made him brought him to detention will pay for this torture outside and in detention. Nnamdi Kanu cries out. In a letter dated August and endorsed by his lead counsel Mike Ozerome San, Nnamdi Kanu expressed his refusal to seek freedom to beg Tinubu or any other person for freedom, contending that such an act would be an affront to the late Pa Mbazurike Amechi's memory, that is his father. The elderly Amechi had reportedly journeyed from the southeast to Abuja in his twilight years, beseeching the federal government for his release as a final wish, a plea that regrettably went unanswered. Title: Updates on our routine visit to our indefatigable clients. Unedu Mazi Nnamdi Kanu at the headquarters of the State Security Services Abuja, where he is still being illegally and unconditionally detained in solitary confinement. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's letter underscores his determination not to supplicate the federal government for freedom, citing the irrevocable pronouncement of the appeal court in his favor. Nnamdi Kanu declared that Onyedu Mazi Nnamdi Kanu used the opportunity offered by the visit to extend his heartfelt gratitude to all the people of good conscience and group calling for his release. He, however, observed that many people may not have understood the peculiarity of his case, but proceeded to secure us to clarify that he has been effectively and validly discharged by the judgment, also prohibited his further trial and detention. Therefore, there is no charge pending against Onyedu Mazi Nnamdi Kanu before any court as of today. Furthermore, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu equivocally stated that begging the federal government to release him at this point is an insult to the memory of late Pa Mbazulike Amechi, who despite his age and ill health, repeatedly traveled from the southeast to Abuja begging the federal government of Nigeria to honor his dying wish, which request was treated with greatest disdain by the federal government and was also not honored. This Onyedu Nnamdi Kanu is of the firm view that he does not even need to beg the federal government to release him. The Court of Appeal has already made a pronouncement in that regard, and that pronouncement has remained sacrosanct till date. Therefore, the call every person of goodwill should make in the consequence of his continued illegal detention is for the Supreme Court to set down a date for the expeditious hearing of the appeal filed by federal government as provided for in the Criminal appeals practice directions of the Supreme Court. Our visit to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu today to brief him on the various intervening actions taken by the legal team led by Mike Waziri K. Ezekome San to address pertinent concern affecting his affairs and welfare, and also failure of the SSS to avail him on his medical records. Oh, thank you viewers for listening to this news. This is a big one from Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Yes, why will he beg for release? If they don't want to release him, they should not. Because an old man in a dying bed, begged that they should please, before he dies, they should fulfill his wishes, that the federal government should release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. But they refused. Despite this old man begging before his death, he was critically sick, he was critically ill on his deathbed, wishing, asking the federal government to release Nnamdi Kanu. He pleaded and pleaded. This was what made Mazi Nnamdi Kanu got so many hearts broken, got angry, and decided that he will never beg for his own freedom. Nobody should beg for him. Nobody should beg on his behalf. A lot of people have begged, have really gave Tinubu and Buhari giving them reason why Mazi Nnamdi Kanu should be released, but all to no avail. So Nnamdi Kanu has really gotten angry, has said that he will never beg anyone for freedom, especially Tinubu and Uzodinma. They came together, they connived together to put him there in prison till date. But he won't say anything unless he is released. But one thing he assures this so-called Tinubu and Uzodinma, is they will regret ever keeping him in detention till now. So viewers, what is your take on this? Your comments concerning this news will be very much appreciated. Please don't hesitate to drop every of your comments down below the comment box. Click on the subscription button as well as the bell button for more updates. Thank you.